Good morning and a warm welcome to your show, Sunny Mornings in Boston. I'm your host, Melissa, and it's Monday, April 6th. You'll be interested to know, 130 years ago, today in 1896, athletes from several nations gathered in Athens to open a revived Olympic competition celebrating athletic excellence and the spirit of ancient Greece. That return marked a major milestone for international sports, setting a model for peaceful global competition and inspiring modern organized athletic festivals. So now you know. And now, it's time for the weather report. This morning, it's sunny and it feels like 28 degrees with 13-mile-per-hour wind. The sunset will take place at 7:15 and it will rise again tomorrow at 6:13. It looks like we're in for some mostly sunny weather today, with temperatures near 49 and a moderate west wind around 14 miles per hour. If you're inland, it will hit a high of 49. Tonight, expect mostly cloudy skies with a chance of rain showers after midnight, a low around 35, and light winds around 10 miles per hour. The nearshore buoy at Cape Cod Bay reads 41 degrees for the water temperature. Looking ahead in the weather. Tuesday starts with a chance of rain before 8 a.m., then rain is likely with a high near 48 and a northwest breeze of 6 to 10 miles per hour. Tuesday night stays partly cloudy with a low near 29 before sunshine returns Wednesday, warming to near 49 then, climbing into the mid-50s on Thursday, and the upper 60s by Friday. Bonjour, food enthusiasts. This podcast is brought to you by Versailles Cafe and Pastries in Encinitas. Nestled on El Camino Real South, just north of Encinitas Boulevard, this cafe is a haven for culinary delights. Indulge in their amazing Eggs Benedict or their gluten-free crepes. You can grab a panini for lunch or just breeze on through to get your morning coffee. They are open every day from 8 to 5. So stop on by and don't forget to tell them Sunny Morning sent you. In local news, recent reports indicate that Catholic Church attendance is on the rise, especially among young people. Local Catholic houses of worship are celebrating this increase as Easter weekend passes. While attendance traditionally spikes on Ash Wednesday, Palm Sunday, and Easter, local priests note that these higher numbers are staying consistent throughout the year. The Boston Archdiocese has seen a 55% increase in adults joining over the past 4 years. Father Peter Shariba from Gate of Heaven Parish remarked that their Ash Wednesday Mass in South Boston was packed with about 1,000 attendees. He believes that many people are yearning to rediscover the sacred. Now on to sports. The Michigan Wolverines are heavy favorites over the Yukon Huskies in the men's college basketball title game. After a dominant performance against Arizona in the semifinals, Michigan enters the national championship game as the favorite. DraftKings opened with the Wolverines as 7.5-point favorites. Early betting at DraftKings shows 56% of wagers backing the Wolverines. Michigan opened plus 285 to win the game outright. Tonight, tip-off is at 8:50 Eastern. In local sports, the Red Sox fell to the Padres 8-6 on Sunday, marking their 7th loss in 8 games. Jackson Merrill led San Diego with 3 hits, including a solo homer that sparked a comeback from a 4-run deficit. Manny Machado also made an impact with a 3-run homer, while shortstop Xander Bogaerts added 3 hits. Boston briefly tied the game in the 7th with Masataka Yoshida's 2-run double, but it wasn't enough to secure a win. The Sox will host Milwaukee for 3 games, with Brayan Bello set to pitch tonight against Brandon Woodruff. In top news, it can be hard to wrap your head around all the conditions neurologists treat, including cerebrovascular disorders like stroke and carotid artery disease, seizure disorders, and movement disorders including Parkinson's disease. Dr. Andrew Dorsch, Division Chief for General Neurology at Rush University System for Health, emphasizes that if there is a nerve somewhere, a neurologist could get involved. He warns that people often brush off neurological symptoms, thinking they are just age-related aches. 4 neurologists recommend never ignoring symptoms such as weakness in one hand or leg. In business news, in a light earnings week, the focus will be on the Consumer Price Index, the first inflation report to reflect the impact of the Iran war. We will also see data on personal consumption and gross domestic product. Stocks rebounded sharply last week, snapping their 5-week losing streak. The S&P 500 gained 3.4%, and the Nasdaq Composite jumped 4.4%. This week will bring the first inflation report capturing the impact of the war in Iran. Headline inflation is expected to show a 1% month-over-month jump, the most since June 2022. In crypto movement, Bitcoin is down 1.5% over the weekend to just over $69,000. Ethereum is down 0.5% to just over $2,000. And XRP is down 8% to $1.34. Moving on to a more local vibe. In our community spotlight on health and wellness, we are working with a national Pilates studio to bring you some free classes, so listen up. Check out Club Pilates, with several locations in the Boston area. Pilates presents a comprehensive wellness approach, cultivating strength, reducing tension, and elevating mental well-being. Scientific research affirms its benefits. So now you can check out Club Pilates for a free class. With locations in Canton, Wellesley, Hingham, Brookline, and Framingham, just be sure to tell them Sunny Morning sent you by. And now, back to the show. Let's talk tech. On April 2nd, 2026, a bipartisan group of lawmakers introduced a bill in the House of Representatives that would severely limit the sale of advanced semiconductor manufacturing equipment to China and other countries. Led by Representative Michael Baumgartner from Washington, the Multilateral Alignment of Technology Controls on Hardware Act would tighten existing export controls for semiconductor manufacturing tools used to create artificial intelligence chips. If passed, these new restrictions would likely curtail China's ability to build a fully domestic artificial intelligence supply chain. China's imports of semiconductor manufacturing machinery have surged from $10.7 billion in 2016 to about $51.1 billion last year. And in entertainment news, mixed reviews did not dissuade mass audiences from buying tickets to the Super Mario Galaxy movie, which scored the biggest opening of the year for a Hollywood movie. The Illumination and Nintendo co-production earned $130 million and $900,000 over the weekend, and $190 million in its first 5 days in North American theaters, according to studio estimates. With an estimated $182 million from 80 overseas markets, the film is looking at an astronomical $372 million debut. Well, alrighty folks, it's time for the quote of the day. And today, our quote comes from the American journalist and author, Hunter S. Thompson. And he said, "Freedom is something that dies unless it's used." And that's a wrap for this morning. You can check out our Instagram, YouTube, and TikTok for some captivating aerial videos with local news and the weather reports. Have an amazing day, my good friends. We'll see you tomorrow with another episode of Sunny Mornings in Boston.